election been built on ideas or interest?
The main party presidential candidates largely do not represent the values of the American people.
This election has been built on the scandals and interests of the political elite. Both campaigns have revolved around asking hollow questions that attempt to decide which candidate is worse than the other.
Fear drives the votes, and the candidates are simply trying to prove that the other one is more deplorable, nasty, misogynistic, untrustworthy, and underqualified.
The political elite of the United States are largely not attuned to the overall ideas of their people.
They make decisions based on what's good for themselves.
This is evident by both candidates' ties to corporate giants and super PACs.
Millennials, for example, make up a large percentage of the United States, so a large voter turnout of millennials could sway the election. But young people don't vote.
The millennial generation generally favors issues like social justice, human rights, peace, environmental justice, and LGBTQ rights. Neither candidate advocates fully for these issues.
The rallying to a persona and the fear-mongering over a litany of possible outcomes allows topics of substance to fall to the wayside and become obscured.
The actual perspective of government is never properly interrogated, and without this interrogation, topics of interest to millennials fall outside those of the other demographics.
Therefore, these issues are the first ones that candidates tend to neglect, hence neglecting us.
The candidates attempt to connect with us, yet fall short due to a general lack of understanding.
They've created an environment of disenfranchisement as they each rose up into their own parties.
Throughout the primaries, both candidates have pandered to the middle of their bases and perceived constituencies.
Despite a few ventures of millennial concern, the overall tone and rhetoric of the election rings of familiarity in a world full of
bombings, shootings, war, and financial strain. The current candidates failed to instill any confidence in real change.
They're saying anything they need to say to get elected.
In turn, this has diverted the attention from the actual issues that are important.
Such tactics rob voters of the ability to carefully choose issues with a clear understanding of each candidate's policies and intentions as it relates to national welfare and security interests.
So as millennials, we want to tell you, the political elite, that being attuned and permeable to the interests and ideas of other actors will benefit you in the long run.
You may have authority in the United States, but in order to have capacity, the actual power to enact change, you have to encourage unity.
American politics largely dominate the global environment. However, we are not the most important aspect of the international realm.
We need to recognize that only by being wary of the ideas of global human rights and justice can we accomplish our goals of unity and collaboration.
We need to recognize that interests and ideas continuously play off one another for the better.
Your self-interests alone
Will not change the planet for the better.
The country is already great. We don't need to be great again.
Or be made stronger.
But our world needs to come together for the betterment
And sustainability of our planet.